Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze. Let's love. Y'all, we're starting the show a little late, and it's my fault, and I waited to tell Poodle this on air because...
I hate being surprised.
No, because Poodle's had a long day, y'all. He's in the midst of moving.
I'm already drinking.
He's stressed.
It's 5:57 in the PM.
And he didn't care. He is drinking.
And I don't care.
By the way, y'all, this is Reality Gaze.
This is Reality Gaze. This is our Discovery Plus roundup.
We're talking about the single life, episode 3, but
also episode 5 because of the pillow talk.
Pillow talk, y'all. The numbering's weird. They need
Who
to
cares?
fix it. This is the episode called, what's it called?
Something about dis.
Oh, sealed with a diss.
Sealed with a dis.
Sealed with a diss. So
who are we talking about? Who's sealed with a diss? Who got dissed?
That's what I was wondering. Who got dissed? I don't know. Anyway, apparently we have some new people.
At least they're creative about their episode titles.
Yes, it's much better than Lalu. But we just want to say, I'm Matt, aka Maddie.
Do we have to do this? And I'm Poodle.
Some people are still confused.
Well, listen and get with it. I'm not gonna walk you through everything.
Well, I just met a couple at MD Anderson, and her husband's there getting cancer, and they said, "We listen to your show. I forget. It's hard for me to tell who's who."
Well, she's a homophobe.
She's not. She's a Southern woman with purple hair, and you would love her.
Should I just say Poodle every time I speak?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Poodle speaking. No,
Poodle speaking.
Because I could see you getting.
I can understand. I actually completely understand why people. Because also I do say also. So if that helps you, I put a T in also. Yes, I know it's strange. It's just how my whole family does it. It's a regional thing. So if that helps you, my voice is a little more mellow. This one's usually has some kind of occlusion in it that sounds like he hasn't slept in 3 weeks.
Poodle usually has a cough drop or someone's dick in his mouth during the show. Yeah. So the reason why we started late is because I was having technical difficulty that I didn't tell Poodle about. And it's because I bought this new thing that it holds an Ethernet cord and it winds at the cord, and I got very excited about
you're such a sucker for any kind of gadget.
And that Poodle, he's like, "Why'd you get that?" And I
said, "Sell this one some swampland, y'all."
Oh, I'll buy it. Well, I unrolled it, and it rolled and unrolled perfectly. It doesn't reach. The cord's too short. So this is why I saved this for you. So instead, I had to get my other cord
this week
that I've
is
been
getting
using.
really much better.
And the other cord that I use is so tangled. It took me 10 minutes of sitting down and getting the knots out of it because just so it could reach. And Poodle knows how I feel about tangled cords and how much anxiety they give me.
That does make me feel a little better.
See, you're welcome. See, I give things back.
Let's just do the show.
Y'all, let's jump.
Who gives a shit?
I don't think we have too many announcements. We just want to remind you that this month's charity in our Facebook group, the Sissy Squad, and if you buy any merch, as always, anytime you buy merch, our proceeds go direct. All of it goes 100% to our proceeds to charity. VDay.org.
VDay.org, which helps women in basically they go into it's everywhere really, but especially they're working in developing countries and where women just have no voice, and they're working with victims of rape, incest, and they're working it through art and empowering women through art and creativity.
Yes, and the Vagina Monologues came from this.
Eve Ensler.
Yeah.
She started it.
So anyway, you can.
I love my vagina.
And if you don't want to buy a pillow or you don't want to be in the Facebook group, you can donate at
donate.
That's fine. We just want to bring awareness.
We don't need to know. We don't care.
No, we just want to bring.
I do care. I do care that you donate.
We do care.
I don't need to know.
It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be about us. Okay. I don't think you have any other announcements, right? I think we can actually jump in. Wow, 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's a record. That
is a record. Anyway,
I just want before we start, I want to say that this show is a complete how-to manual on what not to do on a date.
I thought the same thing.
It's getting to that point because we've already seen the debacle that was Molly's date with Kelly.
We did.
Oh, Jesus.
It was not great.
Because we've all had bad dates, you guys. We've all had bad dates. But this is just, you understand why these people are looking for love at 50, even though, you know, that sometimes happens to people. You know, you're out of a relationship, but damn, someone like Big Ed or Molly or even Brittany has no dating skills either.
I want to say, I'm not going to tell you who yet until we get to their section. I related to some of these people in the way that I used to date. I think I'm just being honest.
Because you're terrible at it?
I was not great at it. I feel like you were a great dater from the get-go.
I have fun on dates. Yeah, I do. I enjoy it.
I'm a great boyfriend from the get-go, but I was a terrible dater.
Sounds like a wet blanket to me. Boring.
But, y'all, he doesn't know yet, but there's a section of this show that I know Poodle related to very strongly, and I'm going to call him out for it. So get ready.
I think I know what it was, and so we will talk about it. I think I wrote total poodle move.
Yeah. So let's talk about somebody we don't relate to at all. Big Ed.
Can I say
spoiler alert? Not the guy I related. Saw myself in.
Can I say that the fact he makes a reservation under the name Big Ed?
I wrote that too.
It infuriates me.
Like, I love you. And maybe if I made the reservation under Maddie, maybe. If I went to a restaurant and they said, "What's this reservation under?"
Big Poodle.
Poodle. Little Poodle.
No, it's not even that. It's like
leave the restaurant.
Or I made it under the Poodle. But calling himself, it's so exhausting.
I mean,
it's hard to keep up with the charade of
What do you think the hostess said when he was like, yes, ma'am, I'd like to make a reservation, please,
Big Ed.
For two, yes. Yeah, that reservation's under Big Ed, ma'am.
I don't even think someone who owned a store of a chain of appliance stores called Big Ed's Appliance Mania would make a reservation under the name Big Ed. It's just it's you know what it is? It's actually pathetic because he's trying to create his own catchphrase, and there's nothing worse than trying to make fetch happen as hard as you possibly can.
I mean,
yeah. Sorry if I just read him for filth.
No, I was trying to think of like a name of a person or celebrity that I think it'd be okay. Like maybe if Snooki made a reservation under Snooki because she's Snooki. But even then, I don't know who would do this.
Even Snooki wouldn't do that. A reservation is just something you.
I'm sure I'm Cher. Reservation under my name's Cher.
But she's Cher, and she doesn't say Big Cher. There's no little Ed to make confusion, you guys. He just thinks he's some type of local celebrity.
Yeah, I wonder celebrities, come at us if you know any celebrities who made reservations under their favorite's name. Like someone put like
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. Like Little Nas made a reservation.
Little Nas X.
Yes. Yeah, just like I don't get it.
Honestly, if you're that famous, you have someone do it for you and you register under a different name.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that simple.
Yeah, it is that simple.
I'm just saying it's sad. Please stop. It makes me sad.
Well, this is the first date he's had since he dated Rose, and the producer said, "How do you feel?" And he said, they asked Liz how she feels, who she's going to, and she said, "I'm excited and nervous. I want to know more about Ed, and I'm glad I stepped out of my comfort zone to be on this date." And I went, "She is a pro at this."
I
She's
agree.
Been on a lot of bad dates.
She has, and I need to say this. This is one thing he says. I just hope I'm not in the friend zone. His stakes are so high because once you're in the friend zone, you're done. And you guys, if you're going on a date, I have friends now who I've been on dates with, who I've dated, and they are good friends of mine. I have two long-term friendships in my life who, not this one, we never dated.
No, I am not like a lot of gays. A lot of gays I know are friends with people they fucked and stuff like. Never have I done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any friends. You and maybe one other guy.
That's true.
But I just want to say, he says about the friend zone, y'all. This is dating, especially for gay men. Maybe it's my own experience, but dating should not be a zero-sum game. It shouldn't be one person gets everything and the other person gets nothing. And it shouldn't be, if we're not dating, I'm the friend zone, and I guess that's death. Maybe you do become friends with her, although I don't think Big Ed could. But part of that is how he is conceptualizing dating, which is all wrong. It's about getting to know the person first. And you might find that, you know what, we're not right for each other at all. But he just can't see that.
It's interesting because I totally agree with you. And I want to add, Big Ed kind of is one of the better daters on the show. He gives good first date. I was surprised.
I take issue, but we'll keep going.
I mean, in comparison to some of these other people that are dating, like this, he gave way better date than Molly.
Agreed. Well, that's a low bar. And a lot better than Brittany.
I think even better than Fernanda.
Yeah, I had problems with that too.
I'm telling you,
lots of problems with Fernanda's date.
The way Ed, he listened to her, he talked a little bit about himself, but he asked about her. And even,
I get you. I understand what you're saying.
and even when he said, "Are you comfortable talking about relationships or not?" Now look, TLC is trying to get us to love Ed, y'all. It's not going to happen.
I'm not sold. It's never going to happen.
Don't think we're going back to the bandwagon. But anyway, it was. Well, let's talk about that. Let's jump into the day and what they talk about being in a band and being a nerd.
Yeah, I like it. They're like, tell me. I think he says, "Tell me something funny about you," and she's late 20s. She has to go all the way back to middle school to say, "I was in band." I'm like, well, obviously you didn't know this question was coming, or you've lived an unremarkable life.
But I think that's a good dating question, actually.
It is a good dating question.
That's what I'm saying. I was kind of shocked by Ed. And
you know what it is? It's the way he says it. It felt very interrogation. Tell me something funny. Why blah, 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 blah. Like he's reading off of index cards.
Yes. And now I think call you, not call you out, but call it and say the reason you felt that is because he's dating someone who's younger than his daughter. If this was with someone who is his own age, I don't think it would feel as interrogational. Is that a word?
Interrogatory.
But don't you think,
I don't know if that's a word.
But don't you think because she's so young, I get what you're saying. It feels a little bit like he's like leading the witness or something.
It does.
Trying to get her to speak because she's a child compared to him.
Then he responds she played the clarinet. He's like, oh my God, wait, I can't believe this is happening. Worlds just collided. A meteor just hit the earth. What? This is unbelievable. This is kismet. This is serendipity. You won't believe this, Liz. I also played the clarinet. Now, I'm going to tell you this now. That is like the starter woodwind instrument a lot of people start out with. I would guarantee you that is the majority of entry-level woodwind players in a band. You start out on clarinet.
My mom played the clarinet.
Exactly. You're going to wind up with more clarinet players than anybody else because I took woodwind methods because we had to learn how to play all the instruments as comp majors. And so my woodwind methods teacher says, I enjoy your tone. However, I think you would be better at the flute. Your sardonic smile is better. He was so weird.
Where was this, at Michigan?
Yes, he told me I had a natural flute embouchure. And I'm like, yes, girl, because I suck dick. Because the flute, this is not video, but the flute embouchure is like this.
You do this weird things with your lips.
Yes.
I'm so glad this isn't on video.
It does look like dick sucking lips as soon as I do it. You flute players can give good head.
I couldn't play any instruments of that because my mouth was so messed up, and my orthodontist said it would mess up my mouth. So I had to play the drums.
Hasn't really gotten better, but anyway, they even tried to fix it with jaw surgery, and it's still like your grill is still fucked.
Well, you know.
Anyway, so they're having. This is one thing I thought was a little weird. I'd never had pizza at brunch. Maybe it was just the time they were meeting.
I didn't notice they were eating pizza.
It was pizza. Of course I saw it. There's not many things I would not do for pizza. So we need to move on.
That's a short list, y'all. It's like murder.
I don't think I'd murder. I would not murder. I wouldn't murder.
You would do a federal crime. Local, state, maybe.
I'd vandalize for pizza. In a second. I would punch an old lady for pizza.
We need to move on.
As long as she's not related to me.
Wow.
I also wrote down he says, this is a terrible question. So what did you think of me when you first met me?
That is a terrible question.
It's all about him.
That's what I said too. He did say later, well, let's talk about you some more. But that is
it's not helpful.
You know why? It's not even about, it is about him, but what that question is, that's a validation question. Now,
yep.
Ed did a good job with it, and that she gave a funny answer about his hair.
We're a woman.
and then they talked about that. And so, again.
However, his response was, yeah, my mom's living with me right now, and my mom really loves braiding my hair. Again,
this is going to
sentence should never leave your mouth. My mom loves braiding my hair.
Again, it's something you
female or male.
It's not. It's not going to work on a lot of people you're going to want to attract, especially people of this age.
Yep.
Look, this is another thing. I am all fine for people dating outside their age, but it's harder to do, and the reason why it's hard to do is because there's just experiences where, again, like me being 42, going through this with my dad, all of my friends are on the precipice of our family, of our parents starting to either pass away, have sickness.
We're all getting there.
I remember I had a good friend in college whose mother died of cancer when she was in high school, and she would talk about it, and I would try to be there for her, but I have a completely different understanding of it now
Yeah.
and than before. So it's hard because the question about what she gets embarrassed by, him talking about taking care of her mom, she's not going to get that, or maybe
No.
she does. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking out.
I know I agree with you, but I think it's possible. I think more care about conversations and questions you ask have to be taken into account. And Big Ed is just not going to do that. He's so self-involved, unfortunately.
He's not. It's like Big Ed tries to be deep, but he's not.
He's not.
And
that's the thing, y'all. You can dig and dig and dig, and there's nothing really there. He's just your garden variety sex tourist who's back in San Diego looking for young poon. Seriously. You can take that to the bank.
You could put that on a t-shirt.
Your garden variety sex tourist back in San Diego looking for young poon.
That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening.
I'm sorry to get to reach you for filth, but it's true. And I'm grossed out by your behavior. I'm never going to be on your team. Point made.
So now we do find out from Liz, she's been married twice. She gets a little emotional, and she's been divorced. That's a lot for 28 years old. That's a lot.
I agree, and I think that's a lot to share on the first date.
I think so too.
I think this is a mistake. Y'all, your first date, there should be no expectations.
I mean,
there should be none.
Her, and I think you shouldn't have asked.
Yeah, but this is nothing. Let me say this again. You completely have the right on the first date to not feel that you have to share your entire bio.
Exactly. It's like because Ed said, "Are you comfortable talking about your relationships or not?" And you could say, "Oh, I want to save a little mystery for another date." Well, another conversation.
It also is just getting you're not sharing all of you. You're only sharing, in a way, your past baggage. And I think that's what Big Ed wants to know. He wants to see the baggage, so he thinks he can already eliminate her or move on. In a weird way.
He wants to know all the bad stuff because we talked about this in last episode. Big Ed lives his life. This is the difference between, like we said, Big Ed and someone like Mark or someone like Andrew, especially Andrew.
Don't say his name.
Big Ed is coming from fear. He's so scared about something happening, someone hurting him, and being alone. He's scared of dying, and that he wants to know what's everything scary, so that way I can go now. And you know what? This is where I think people relate. I didn't at this, but I think some people do date like this and live their life like this. Of what can I put in boxes and what can I make safe in my life? So tell me everything now, so that way I won't be surprised. Well, get ready. Life is just surprises. That's life. And you've got to learn to accept that.
I totally agree with you. That's great to say.
That should be a song in a musical. Life is just surprises rounding from the corner. Someone yells and then you're dead. That's life. It's a surprise.
That's definitely one of the songs cut from Follies. If y'all, that sounds that joke is niche, and those who know Follies will scream laugh. And if you don't know Follies, you're not going to care. Life's a joke, and then you're dead. So let's just smile at it all. This podcast just became very Sondheim musical theater nerdy, and I'm here for it. Some musical theater queens had to pull their car over and go, "Oh my God,
Maddie and Poodle finally saw me today."
So she also refers to herself, Liz does. She says, "I'm damaged," and this is good to say. And I think people throw that term around, and I think she's trying to let Big Ed down easy, and this is her attempt to already start doing it, and also to try to like make him be afraid of her, so he's the one who breaks up with her or decides not to date her.
Yeah, kind of like on that date I went with the guy, and I said, what are you doing this week? Any big plans? And he's like, oh, I'm going to the dentist. I have this issue. I keep having bad breath all the time, and I don't know why.
What?
And I went, yeah, he said that. He said, I think there's something going like with a tooth decay or something in the back of my mouth.
Jesus Christ. Did you not leave the table immediately?
I left like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, well, nice to meet you.
Okay, I'll talk about one bad date I went out with. This guy was he was Jewish and a very pro-Israel supporter. And we about halfway through the date, we realized our politics did not align. And he just completely started berating me for my politics. And
wow.
And I went, you know, and it was one date where I said something, and he also made fun of people who do artistic jobs and make money from it. And I'm like, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I gotta go. This is not a match. Here's $25 to cover my entree. And he went, oh, no. Oh, if you need to leave, that's okay. And I was like, sure, see you never. And just walked away and let him pay for my bill. Yeah, he actually contacted me and said, yeah, I'm sorry about the little spat we had. If we ever want to go out again, I'm like, what's wrong with you? No, you were awful. But yeah.
Look, y'all, that's what you got to remember when you're dating. There's a lot of good in the world, and there's a lot of
shit.
There's a lot of shit out there, and crazy shit. So it's okay to walk away. I like that. If you want to leave, especially if you're a woman, you don't need to stay for that whole date. If that guy's telling you shit and you don't want to hear it, you can just say, hey, I appreciate your time, but I'm going to have some wine. And you leave, bitch.
Or have a friend call you and have an emergency and just leave. It's that easy. Yeah. Go to the bathroom, have a friend call you. Trust me, we all need that friend.
Even though they know your friend's lying for you, but anyway.
Doesn't matter. It gives you a way to get out.
Now, what did you think when Ed told her, when Ed became Oprah and said, hey, you're not damaged.
I call that experienced. Don't, gross. I think I'm trying to think. I wonder if Big Ed went on a date with Jodi Arias, would he be like, Jodi, you're not damaged. You didn't. So you murdered your fiance or ex-boyfriend, and it was pretty graphic. You're not damaged. You're just experienced.
Well, I think this is a little different, but yeah.
But I'm saying Ed knows nothing about this woman. Think about this. He knows absolutely nothing, although she is a hard worker. He knows nothing. She could be a complete and utter basket case.
I mean, that's just like Ed dates from the way he's seen people date in movies.
Yep.
Like that's something someone says in a movie, or that's someone you say to somebody you've been dating for 6 months and you know them well and you know a bit about their life. But it is a little bit like, I was a little like, okay, thanks, man, for telling another woman how to feel.
You could hear my eye roll like those boulders in Indiana Jones.
So we'll see. They kind of end the date fine, and she said, I'd like another date if you're open. And she said,
text me.
I'll text you. That's how we left it. All right, y'all, let's get to the meat of the show.
Can you hand me those Brianna, can you hand me those oranges and yogurt? Because I'm going on a cross-country drive.
Girls trip. This is the first time Brianna's actually spoken.
I think it is the first time.
And
We
y'all, her
assumed she was
first word.
mute.
We assume her first word was Doritos. If anybody's keeping track, I'm proud for her. It's a great thing to say.
What a great
I love
first
Doritos.
word.
Yes, good for you.
I'm
I think I said banana.
and
That's
somewhat
shit.
ready to mingle.
Mingle. That made me laugh. And somewhat ready to mingle.
Y'all, that should be put across Danielle's Chiron every time. I'm somewhat ready to mingle.
Somewhat ready to mingle. So she talks about her friends. I think they're angels again. So angel 1, angel 2, angel 3.
No, they are the 3-headed dragon / Hydra murder cult.
That's what Pooh thinks.
They are going to hold her under in Ocean City till they watch the life go out of her. Till they,
I think they're there to save her.
In praise to some strange drifter man who they met, who told them to go out and find Danielle, as she would be the sacrifice to bring in a new world order. Their names are, and I'm gonna always sling them together: Lexi, Laura, Michelle.
I'm just saying, I think that somewhere Scott Bakula and Al with that little machine are somewhere trying to do good in the form of these 3 women.
They definitely would be on TV. I will say, these 3 women have the patience of Job.
Well, this is okay. So
they're gonna have to really work on killing her.
So we'll talk. So Danielle she drives away, and she says that she's driving down the highway, and she's going to Ocean City. There's another one, and it's not in New Jersey. This is Maryland.
Don't turn back. Don't turn back, because I don't want to go back to Ohio.
So apparently there's is there an Ocean City in every single ocean state?
I guess.
I
don't care enough to look.
I don't either. So, but I felt
we find out how
her.
We find out how they met. By the way, these women.
I just want to say real quick. Danielle said she saw Mohammed, and she said it was good for me. I have more confidence. I feel like I'm a new person.
I saw Mohammed, and it was good for me.
I got emotional hearing her say that. I was like, I'm good for you, Danielle.
You know what? She's trying. I didn't get emotional, but I get it.
Anyway, so we can talk about their friends now.
I enjoy. We went off on the term "baby mama." Danielle has a new term: "kids' is dad."
I appreciate that she said that.
Kids' is dad.
Kids' is dad. But yes, so
kids' is dad. Kids' is dad. That's her term.
She met Lexi, Lauren, and Michelle on Instagram.
Lexi, Lauren, and Michelle on Instagram.
Let's talk about
3-headed Hydra.
But let's talk about, again, I'm going to say 3 angels. Let's talk about how we think they really, I think they're fans of 90 Day Fiancé.
Totally are.
And
they totally are.
They became friends with Danielle.
Which is
and now they hang out with her. That's a little weird.
But they literally they messaged her.
They messaged her, became friendly with her.
And they're like, she's friendly. She's really friendly. She's funny. And she's quirky. She's none of those things.
Well, I think... So here's how I feel about it. It's almost like... Is Danielle their charity case?
Yes.
You know?
I feel like they're trying to have...
It's very sweet.
They're trying to have some kind of moment of... some type of moment where it feels like riding the bus with my sister, like where they're trying to talk, they're trying to show how much good they can do for someone who is
because they're likable, they're funny, they're likable, they're fine on TV, they're good TV.
They're trying to become influencers,
but
that's it.
But at the same time,
y'all don't pull over. 6 days and counting. Okay, I
can't wait.
I know.
But anyway, I just hope they're not crazy obsessed with her, because then they might kill her.
No, that's what's going on.
I'm still gonna sleep better at night and think that they're three angels. So, so she does talk on the way. They're driving there.
The kids' dad is with my friend. She used to come to my sex toy parties.
Okay.
That sentence alone sent me into hysterics.
She said, no, she didn't say sex. She said, to my pure romance parties.
Those are sex toys.
Come at us if you've had a pure romance party, because I've never heard of this. Have you?
I don't know the term pure romance, but there are a lot of sex toy parties.
Oh, I knew that. Let's look this up. Pure romance. Oh my gosh, it's a thing.
You need talking to your microphone,
Yeah,
Shelby.
Oh my gosh, it's a thing. Host a free pure romance party. Oh my God, you can just sign up and host a party.
I could
Poodle, maybe I should do this in your new place.
I could be my own boss through multi-level marketing and do pure romance parties with sex toys.
Wait a minute.
Toys.
It's women only, but the reason is private women only environment. We're all about empowerment and education. Oh my God, I think I love them.
No, they're not the only game in town. Like, sex toy parties are a thing.
Wow, pure romance. I wonder if they were a sponsor and they paid for 90 Day Fiance and Danielle had to
doubt it.
Regardless, Danielle's friend went to those parties and now she married to Danielle's husband.
No, she didn't even marry. I don't think they're married
together.
I do need to say that all the friends are like, yeah, these guys, who knows? Guys will just tell you anything. They're all sharing. And she's like, and Danielle's like, yeah, my husband met his girlfriend at a sex toy party I hosted, and they live in front of us. Silence. Debbie Downer wins.
Michelle's all like, oh. And then literally, I don't know if y'all are
an exit for a little cricket. Who wants to go?
Because I heard, after Danielle said, I heard, warp, warp, warp.
Yes. No, you don't know Little Cricket? It's a chain of like gas stations, grocery stores. Little Cricket.
No, never heard of it.
I think it must be East Coast. Little Cricket. Yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, like you insist that you yell at me when I haven't heard of all your fucking Oklahoma chains.
Oh no, I haven't.
I don't even know if some of them are real. you could like say,
hey, Bongo serves perfectly good donuts. Don't call for them.
I love Maud's Upholstery, and I'll go, sure, that sounds like an Oklahoma place.
Well, the woman at Angel's Kiss Candles just died too. She was famous in our town. Oh, the best candles. And no, not Angel's Kiss, Angel's Delight.
Shut up. That is not a
the
place.
Best candles. Oh, yes.
So the next time we see them, they are in Ocean City, and they're going to the restaurant. Is that where we are?
Yes, I do want to say, y'all, she was with their father for 22 years, and they never got married.
Right. Yeah.
That's
a thing.
I guess, but you have kids on whatever.
No, I mean, I don't think that's a thing anymore. She said, we just never got around to it.
But I mean, back in their day, 22 years ago, 25 years ago.
Well, 25 years ago was 1997 or 1996.
Oh, that's true. I was only 3. All right.
Bitch, you were 16. That was when you had bad Caesar haircut and frosted tips. Wore Banana Republic and fucking had a purse fall out of your mouth every time you were dating that girl.
But
that's a read.
I was the best office aide that Miss Nance had.
Office aide. If you're an office aide, you're a kiss ass. I'm saying it now.
I feel bad now because I would keep marking my friend Nathan that he would attend class, who I was secretly in love with, and he ended up dropping out of school.
If you're an office aide,
he had a drinking problem.
Also, remember, none of those were paid positions.
No.
That was just to get members of the administration to like you.
When I look back on it now, if my kids said they wanted to be an office aide, I would say, no, you're not. You're taking a class.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a thing. Only few people got to do it. It was a
Listen, that was a racket, and you fell for it.
I loved it. I wanted to sit in that office and take attendance and do. Oh, I loved it. I loved it
because you're a control freak, and
but I felt like
still happening today.
I felt like I had power and I could help. Like, you gave me the attendance. I checked if you were there or not.
Exactly.
I did filing. I looked at everybody's
OMG.
transcripts.
Oh my God.
I could find out anything you wanted to know.
That's why you're a law bitch today.
Oh, yeah.
I just solved your life.
Yeah. I loved it.
Anyway, they are, it turns out they're at the restaurant and they are all talking. One of the three heads, I don't know who it is, of these women, has downloaded a dating app and put Michelle's Lexi. It doesn't matter. Especially because two of them are twins. And the other, I'm like, is this the non-twin
Oh my God,
one?
are they twins?
Two of them are twins, yeah.
I just thought they looked so much alike. That makes so...
Okay, she said...
Did they say they were twins?
Yes, Danielle... Danielle has said it more than once.
I was like, God, they look alike. Wow.
Anyway.
But you know how when you see twins in real life, you don't mean to stare, but I always do. I always go, hey.
Yeah, I mean, honestly...
Now, Poodle wonders if they're male twins, if they had sex. I don't wonder that.
A little bit.
I just wonder.
We got to admit, though, there's something creepy about multiples. Like, especially twins, I see all the time. Triplets, it's creepy. There's something a little weird, something a little off. And I'm going to stare at you.
What if you saw quintuplets?
Yeah, I'm not into that kind of multiples. It just skeeves me out. Like the amount of fertility drugs you had to take. Now, twins do run in families, so those are normal. Triplets, they're very rare without fertility drugs.
More common. Let's say the word common. I don't want to say normal about quintuplet, because sometimes people think then your kids aren't normal.
I'm not saying your kids. I'm saying your family.
Okay, great. That's all. I wanted to make that distinction. That's it.
I'm not. Your kids have didn't know anything.
I just don't want Carl's wife sending us. Carl, we gotta send Poodle that letter that our quintuplets are totally normal.
You know what? If you're listening,
it's fine that Bobby Jean eats that leather shoe,
and you have quints, send me a picture, and I'm sure it's fine. To me, you're a child hoarder. Something's going on. I'm sorry. I have very little filter today because my week was so long. Let's just keep going. So Lexi downloaded a dating app, and who knows? I'm thinking it's Tinder.
And so she said, we're looking to sign up on a blind date. And Danielle's like, I don't like dating apps.
That's how I got in all this trouble in the first place with Muhammad.
Now, so they see a guy named Jason. Y'all.
Who's 49, around her age.
Jason's a cute guy. He's got a pretty smile. He's wearing a kilt. And then they show another picture, and he's wearing a shirt, and it looks like the top of it says Falcon. And isn't that a gay bar?
A lot of times, but Falcon could be many, many things.
I'm just saying. I know a lot of gay. I know, but you got to admit, a lot of gay leather bears are into kilts.
They are. No, that's true.
It's a thing. It's a thing, y'all. It's a thing.
But they're gonna call him.
I'm kind of into it. I think it's hot.
They turn into 16-year-old girls. Actually, strike that. 13-year-old girls. And she can't even emotionally.
Well, first of all, what's her name? Michelle. Oh, because Lexi Lauren are the twins, and Michelle's the cosmetologist.
Yeah, thank you for putting that together. I've been waiting on you.
So Michelle is doing Danielle's hair, y'all. That's how she gets the glow up.
Yeah, I will say she looks a lot better. Y'all. There's a point to a charity. She's definitely a charity case, unless they're planning on killing her, and then I need video footage. And they're talking to this guy, and they call him, and they're like, how are you? How are you? I'm good. Silence.
And then this becomes like the Dick Van Dyke Show with like
a laugh track
with like Dick and what was his name? Alan. His name was what was his name on Dick
Morty
Van
Amsterdam.
No, what's the name of Dick Van Dyke's character?
Rob Petrie.
Rob and like Rob and Mary are like pantomiming, trying to get Mary Tyler Moore to say something.
It does turn it. It's very ridiculous.
I enjoyed it. It was very physical calm. And she's at pausing, and she finally says, "Oh, what, do you want to go?
Would you like to meet up?
Would you like to meet up?
How about 5 p.m.? It's the early bird.
How about 7 p.m.? I mean, no, 6 p.m. 5 p.m. And so
I don't like seafood though, so you're gonna have to pick some place for us to go.
I don't like those creepy crawlies. I'm afraid water might shoot in my mouth. Anyway,
what is this, a shrimp?
And that made them. Yes, exactly. So they're gonna meet.
Of course, she doesn't like seafood,
Danielle. So she doesn't. She doesn't like it, but it made them laugh, and they weren't. This is what. Okay, so this is where I was going to say I relate to Danielle more than anybody so far in this story, I have to say. Because, and the reason is...
You can't talk to guys?
Because I felt like Danielle when I was dating.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad to hear. No, it's sad to hear, I'm saying.
Because I think a lot of people feel this way out there that are watching the show or listening to this. I felt really ugly. I moved to California. I felt like I literally felt like Jabba the Hutt. I was not attractive. I didn't look like what beautiful people looked like. I was obsessed with I needed a jawline, which I still want a jawline, but like in a healthy way.
Yeah, you could need a jawline.
I could do that. But I did not feel attractive. And
it's hard here. It's hard to feel.
You moved to Los Angeles and it's a whole, whereas I felt cute back home. I literally moved to LA and I was pursuing acting. And at the time,
but you've got a great personality though. And so that's gonna make a lot for it.
Yeah, that's what you tell ugly people.
No, that's not true. I love a good personality. But I would trade a good personality over looks any day.
What I'm bringing the parallel is
you can't be ugly though.
Yeah, because when you come out late in life, Poodle and I've talked about this. You're kind of like you're 22, but you're kind of like 14, 15 years old.
You are. It's delayed adolescence.
And that is Danielle is 47, but she emotionally is like 14.
Yeah.
And so I had that same thought of I could only be beautiful if I had abs and if I looked like all these guys that I never was going to look like. And it wasn't I had 3 good gay friends that did this exact same thing of what these 3 women did, that took me out, that made me go out, that said things like they said at the dinner, that conversation when they're like, dating, think of it like the cliches we've all heard, but think of it like business interviews. Or I had my friend Nico, he was like, every week we would go out.
You were the Danielle.
I was the Danielle. Yes.
Oh, this just became so clear to me.
So this is why, Nico told me, he said, I want you to get 10 points dating a week. I said, 10 points. How do I get points when they say yes? And he said, when they say yes, and he said, no, you get a point for every time someone turns you down. And I want you to come back to me with 10 points every week. And
it was so sweet. I didn't know they did that for you.
Oh, he and Kobe and this other guy, Mark, who I'm not friends with anymore. But they really took me under their wing and pushed me out there because I was so not ready to do it.
Just to be honest, they're typical WeHo types. They're typical.
And you fit into more of a type. We joke about it. You were more twinky.
I'm a different type entirely than you are.
But you never had,
which is why we're friends, because y'all, if we were the same type, I would kill this bitch.
It's true. You didn't have abs. You weren't buff, but you were slim. But you also you looked like a 15-year-old boy when you were 28. And that's what a lot of gross gay guys want. So,
you know what? That's a read and that's fair. So I'm not going to argue with you.
It's not. So,
But I was a
yeah.
different type of gay. I was an artsy gay.
You were also way
I was
more
an art
confident
fag.
than you.
You
And
know what? I was.
You met people in theater.
Yeah.
Whereas it's very different when you meet people in theater and things you're doing because people see you for what you can do, not what you.
That is true.
Going out to bars in West Hollywood or bars, people are just looking at you for what they look like. And let's be honest,
No, you're
y'all,
right. You're right.
Danielle is ugly. I don't think she's ugly, but in the perception of this
Standard-wise,
world
yeah.
of what women are supposed to, she is considered quote unquote ugly, and that's why I appreciate these women.
I would change that term to, I understand what you're saying about ugly. I have a big problem with that term, but
I do too, and I said
yeah.
that word to be reactional because people. I don't think she is at all. I actually really don't. I really don't. Especially like when she fixed her up, I'm like, she looks beautiful. And that I'm saying I use that word ugly because people have I know people
that's what she would be called. Yeah.
have said that about her. And I want to check them on that to not say that about her.
No, I totally agree with you.
So that's what I mean.
And myself, I don't really see myself in her, but
we're gonna get to you later.
I feel like she is the id of all of us. Like she is the person. We have all had that thing of like, I don't know what to say to guys, and that kind of thing. Like we all have a Danielle inside of us. We all are Danielle a little bit. And I wish she was straight up and down. We could all feel nice for her, but she's got her problems too. As far as being
I just hope she gets confidence from this, because as someone who got confidence, and as soon as I started getting confidence in myself, guess what? I got hit on a lot more.
Yeah.
And what you were saying, people do see the inside of you and see that. And I think if Danielle is funny. She says really funny things. I think if she could get some, I don't know, she always knows that she's saying it, but she's a reality star. She has a star quality, whatever that is.
She needs to write down what she wants, and she needs to try she doesn't need to be what she thinks all men want her to be.
Amen to that. She does.
And that's
everybody should do that.
You
should all do that.
Yeah. That's a good thing, you guys. If you're out there dating, write down what you want. Don't try to be all of what someone wants. Don't try to be someone's end all be all. Because here's what the thing is. They are, a lot of times on a first date, they don't know what they're wanting, or they are lying to you of what they think they are wanting. Because everyone on a first date, remember this, you guys, even if they're nervous, you're getting the best version of them on a first date.
You're getting the best version of Big Ed on a first date.
No, thank you. That's all I've got about those two. I still think they're going to murder her. Should we take a break?
Yeah. All right, everybody. We'll see you in a bit. We're back.
Y'all, during the break, I was asked, have you ever had hot strawberries? And I was like, I did a normal confused face, as I normally respond when he says something like that. Like, what the fuck did you just say?
Hot.
And why do I care? But he's like, from the vine when you pick them. And I guess I think of strawberries that are hot. I think those are cooked strawberries.
Oh, okay. So maybe warm?
No, they're just like fresh picked strawberries.
Well, I guess, but strawberries aren't.
God, was Oklahoma like the surface of the sun or something?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, it was fucking 90 degrees. I remember eating hot tomatoes and hot strawberries.
I just never called them hot because that is a temperature. In other words, that implies that you actually cook them.
I understand what you mean. I do. So, we're talking about it.
No one gives a shit.
Poodle's moving and he ran out of vodka, so he's drinking some high noons that I had in the back of his refrigerator, and he's getting drunk.
A little tipsy from it. Oh,
and then that made me start to drink this Shiner Bock I got down here. That's a strawberry blonde. It's good.
It's a Friday, y'all. This is a drinking show.
Do what you need to do.
We should do one drinking show a week.
You know what? I've had a lot. I think I might, because I'm turning on my cameos next week, and people have been asking me. I think I am going to do a drunk cameo night.
I need to do one.
You're gonna
that
one
might
night
be,
only, one night only.
That might be Saturday night. I can't even speak. That might be Saturday night for me. Because I've got like 11 to do.
Oh boy.
And my phone is still fucking up. By the way, I'm still having to use my old phone to do cameos. I missed one just today, and I'm like, please. And it was during when I was sleeping. I said, please re-up. I'm sorry, I did not look at my old phone.
So you have. We're not going to talk about this now, but you've got to get this fixed.
No, and hopefully I have to call. I have to call and set it up today. The problem was I literally did not have 10 minutes before we did the podcast.
But what do you have to call and set up?
Even though we did it at the store, no one gives a shit about any of this.
Switch to AT&T or Verizon or Sprint or somebody or Mint
Stop
Mobile.
Micromanaging me.
This is bullshit for you.
I agree. It is bullshit. I liked it
Anyway.
in the Sissy Squad. Y'all join our Sissy Squad. It's our private Facebook group. We have fun in there.
We do.
And one of the things was, tell us you're a new member of the Sissy Squad without telling us you're a new member. And one of it, why is Poodle so mean to Maddie? If you listen for like, if you must be a new listener because anyone would lose their cool with this shit.
I just want you to have it.
Let's move on to Cult. Colty.
That's true. Colty. This makes me really. We're not there yet, but man, I'm excited to do their season, and when we do that in our reality gaze extra content.
I forget how much I love Larissa. I forget
really
how much I
do.
just like. Yes, I will be your wifey.
I know they. I hope they bring her back in some way.
I don't know if they can. They might have just severed the contract. That was completely dumb of her because she had a cash cow.
Contracts are always renegotiable. What was that?
That's a popo. They just pulled someone over.
Oh. So y'all, what is that right by your house?
Yeah, that's right by my kitchen.
God, I can't wait for you to move.
In the words of Mother Poodle, deliver me, Lord. Deliver me, Lord. Deliver me. Good. My mother would say, do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do deliver me.
Your mom would just start singing it?
Yes, when something would be like Southern spirituals are weird because it's basically like praying for death. Deliver me, Lord, which means kill me now and take me.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Jesus. Let's talk about Colt and Vanessa and him calling Vanessa.
He's leaving the date with Brittany, the porn star.
God, I need more Brittany.
I know. And
not more of single life Brittany, but more of porn star Brittany.
Yes, and he's talking about how they're kindred spirits, and he's calling Vanessa, and he's telling her
he's trying to make her jealous.
But he says, "Here's the deal." He just tells her, he's like, "I want us to go on a date," because Colt says, the whole time he was on the date, he was just thinking of her, and Vanessa was kind of like, okay, and
we can go on a date. Yeah,
we can go on a date, but she's like, you just need to show me that you can trust me, and
I can trust you.
Yeah, and she said, why can't we just keep it like this? And I'm like, so does she really not trust him, or does she just not want to date him? She's trying to like pass it off as an excuse. What's going on?
This whole storyline is finessed for the cameras.
It does feel finessed.
Yeah. She's into him for some reason unknown to me. I know most of us feel like you're going to walk into his house and you're going to see heads in his refrigerator. I mean, he's got that creepy incel vibe that I can't shake. Maybe he's good in bed.
Maybe he's good in bed.
He's not. He is not. He's definitely not. We've all seen his penis.
I haven't seen it.
It's skippable.
I mean, he is freaky deaky in bed, though. I bet he'll do freaky shit.
No. But the way he looks at you,
he's going to pee on you.
Yeah, but he'll look at you and he'll adjust his glasses and he'll say something that he thinks he needs to say, because under all that, you guys, there's nothing there. there's this kind of weird borderline personality kind of thing going on. It's off.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's interesting. They didn't really do a lot this segment as far as emotional notes, but they did a lot of things.
I want to say that the fact that he is taking her on the first date and then immediately wants to be, I want to make her, quote unquote, I want to make her my girlfriend, or
that's creepy.
We're going to never talk to one another again.
That's fucking creepy.
Again,
and
zero-sum game, not helping anyone.
More importantly, okay, unless there was a rebrand that I don't, because I didn't know it was called the Strat. But y'all, I've been to the Stratosphere.
The Strat.
I've actually stayed there with Poodle. And now, granted, this was 15 years ago.
We didn't bang.
It was a dump then. We only stayed there. You only stayed there because you could do like dollar tables.
Dump.
But is it rebranded? Is the Stratosphere nice now? I don't know. Come at us, Vegas.
I don't
let us know.
And I could not care less.
I mean, it is one of the best views in Los Angeles. I guess a lot of people go to that restaurant
in Las Vegas.
But like, I don't know. I know some foodies, and I've been to foodie places in Vegas because there's incredible food there.
Oh, it's like the greatest restaurant market.
It really
in the world.
is. I mean, you spend a lot of money, but God, there's great food there. No one's mentioned this to me. No one's talked about, hey, have you had a steak at the Strat?
Have you had a steak at the Strat?
Have you had the shrimp cocktail at the Strat?
So
no one.
Now, they're going to Stratosphere, but...
Cut to... We'll delete this episode when Poodle and I get our first live show in Las Vegas at the Strat.
And they were like, we're so excited to be at the Strat, y'all.
Place, and you'll see Poodle making a video for the Stratosphere saying, I'm straight at the Stratosphere, and it's gorgeous.
I've never felt more glamorous. And we will delete this entire podcast. So listen now, save it. If you want to save it, you can.
Download it now for when you go, because you ain't going to get it in a few years.
This one's going to be erased. So turns out he's not going to the Stratosphere just to eat or have drinks. They're going to go bungee jumping at the Stratosphere, which to me is terrifying.
Did it freak you out to watch it? Lord, oh, do deliver me.
I still say, what a terrible way to die, just because you were trying to be a thrill seeker. And part of me said, y'all, did anyone out there wish that Colt actually plummeted to his death?
No, because then we wouldn't have him on the show.
Well, it's true.
We have not had another. I hate to say it, but we have not had enough Mother Debbie yet.
That's true. So
by the way, I'm waylaying you. I fully admit it. I think this is the first time. But on the Pillow Talk, they have Dean and his wife on Pillow Talk now.
Yeah, and they've got a baby.
That kind of bothers me because Dean said very homophobic things.
Yeah, but
and did not apologize.
More transphobic than homophobic. Because he was talking about Tim.
That's
of Chester Cheetah fame.
Yeah.
He did not apologize, but even more so, they don't care. TLC, you guys, doesn't give a shit.
That's one reason why trans people, are fighting so hard, because there's a lot of people can still make fun of them and get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the case.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to waylay you, but I don't want to see Dean on my TV. Even though
don't watch Pillow Talk.
Well, his arms looked really big.
That's the thing, you guys. You do have the power. You turn off your television. So instead of trying to cancel someone on social media, maybe just turn it off or decide not to watch. Unsubscribe. Yeah. That's what we're saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I don't want Discovery Plus, but I have to pay for it because of this show. And now they have a show with Ina Garten making cocktails with Melissa motherfucking Cartney. You know I'm going to watch that.
I saw that today, and I said, what a perfect show for that bitch. So you guys, they bungee jump. It's great. She's screaming, but she still has fun. And he's of course like, glasses adjust. I feel very close to you right now because I knew bungee jumping would make us that way. But I will give Colt this. He has arranged for a private chef meal at, I assume, which is the chef's house.
It could be at the Strat. We don't know.
Yeah, but I will say, this is a good date, you guis.
It is a good date. It's a good date.
Colt insists that he's changed, and she says this is one of the best dates I've ever had. And he said, I just want to be honest with you. Normally girls are embarrassed by me because I live with my mother and, I have cats and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm actually getting vulnerability from him.
I know.
And then it gets a little bit later and he's still adjusting his glasses. And I see this kind of veneer of like weird incel vibe come back in. I would love to see Colt and Debbie go through therapy. He desperately needs it because
I would love for them to see Dr. Jazz. Coty, I'm gonna tell you what your problem is.
I'm gonna sing you, and you're gonna tell me all your problems.
It's your mama, Coty.
Coty, it's your mama. God bless Mama Jazz. Yeah, we're talking about Marion Millions. Dr. Jazz.
Yes. Well, but it is this moment of vulnerability, and he really is trying to say the whole reason he's changed is because of her. So
do we believe it? I think he believes it. I don't buy it.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason. Bringing some.
I knew you didn't know the rest. And we are led to those. There's something grow if we let them.
And we let them put it in our butts.
And I don't know if all of that is true, but I know I'm who I am today because I've known you.
Take it, Poodle.
Like a comet tossed from orbit, like a splashes the sun, like a tree that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say that I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. Your turn.
Because I knew you.
Go off. Because I repeat it again. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. Wow, 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 wow. Great duet from Wicked. The rest of the show's garbage.
So, y'all, that musical theater nerd from earlier when we did Follies now just pulled over the side of the road and is sobbing. Just like, now,
if we were together, we would do the whole thing in harmony. I will say that. And if this bitch didn't switch the harmony, I would. Because I know both lines.
That's all I have to say about them. They're going to have a second date.
So they're gonna have a second date. Yeah, he keeps saying "make you my girlfriend," and it still feels like I'm going to make you be some type of like BDSM person. It just
pee on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pee on you. Ugh, gross. Should we talk about Britney?
It's not gross that people pee on each other. That's for them. He's saying it's gross because Colt's gross.
Yeah,
and
he's
yes,
gross.
let's talk about Brittany.
She might be the worst dater of all of them.
Brittany is it's all show. It is
Yeah,
all show.
thank you.
She is totally.
Oh my God.
She is totally an inhibited. Feels like
she's
doesn't
totally an
feel confident.
introvert. She's
100% an introvert, and I think with the pressure of social media,
yeah,
and
it's a sham. Her thing is a sham. Yeah,
and the thing is, she feels like, or she. I don't even know if she knows it's a sham, but she just is that desperate to be loved and to be validated.
Yeah, and she's trying to act like she's now she's a beautiful girl. Yeah, she's got big boobs, she's got a big butt. The weirdest thing is when she's like, people look at me, big boobs, big butt, long hair. I'm like, long hair? Is that a thing for like loose girls? Am I wrong?
No, that's a thing. Like you have the ass. You guys like there's this thing of like with women having their hair down where it like touches the top of their butt.
Oh,
it's a thing for guys.
Hers doesn't though. It's not that long.
It's longer though, but guys, there is a thing with men and long hair.
I can honestly say I did not know that.
Which all comes from women with short hair are not feminine.
I love women with short hair, but I don't want to have sex with women.
It's like when I told a friend once, I said, I don't know why women get boob jobs. I think women look prettier with small chests. And she said, because you're fucking gay. And I went, oh.
I get it. So
I love short hair too, but I'm just saying it's wrapped up all on that.
Y'all, I'm just going to say this. I'm moving right now, and I did a Peloton class with Tunde last night, and she cut all her hair off, and she's basically kind of like it's super shaved right now, and she's emotional. She's like, I just cut it all off, and I was worried about it. And she's like, I am so proud of myself for doing this. And she kept repeating, I'm so proud of myself. And since I'm in my move and I'm in my emotions, she went, I am so proud of myself. And I went, I am so proud of myself. And I cried on my Peloton. And I'm okay with telling you.
That is validating because I told you would love Tunde and you were scared to do it.
No, it's not that. I did not like her at first because there was a lot of quietude in her winking at me, and I did not love it. But I've gotten more into her lately. It's still Robin for me. Cody.
You can't talk about
Tunde.
the name. Peloton is not sponsoring us.
You know what? You're right. I'm going to take my own advice.
Because people are signing up for Noom now, and because of what you're talking about Noom. So I'm just saying, if I can't talk about Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, although my fat father had it tonight, and he went, well, Matt, that tastes like Dr. Pepper. So maybe I can get some sugar out of his diet. I'm trying.
I just got a text from my mother, from Mother Poodle, that says, Linda, Australia.
That's all it says? What does that mean?
I don't know. It just says, Linda, Australia.
Are you going to ask her what that means?
After our show's over, because I'm sure there will be a follow-up text. I can't deal. I'm not like you and talk to your parents during this.
So y'all, Terrence texted her and said that he had a lot of fun on the date. She wants to see him again, but she's also been chatting with Justin, who's a friend from very long ago, and he lives in Canada, so he's coming down. So meanwhile,
have you met my girlfriend, the girl who lives in Canada?
So she calls her friend India, and they're talking on the phone for relationship advice. And basically, go ahead.
I need to say that Justin, the guy who's visiting her, who she's known since she was in middle school, but they haven't seen each other in 8 years. He is staying with her.
He is.
Now,
that's because they've
in
had
the
phone
poodle
sex.
world.
Yeah.
In the poodle world, that's okay.
Yeah.
But in the Brittany world, who she's like, yeah, I want to make sure I'm going to keep these guys like jumping, trying to get with me. This is a terrible idea.
This is a terrible.
And you're
terrible
right.
idea.
They've definitely had phone sex.
I was looking
totally
at phone
agree.
because I'm trying to find Justin on Instagram and I can't find him. So
He is hot.
y'all.
I think to me, he's hotter than Terrence.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
it's magic. Yes, he's hot. So anyway, we're gonna get to that later. So
it's a bad idea for him to be staying. And honestly, really, yes, you haven't seen each other in 8 years, but you talk all the time. Still, why would you let someone stay with you?
Because you're gonna fuck.
I wish she'd just come clean with that. That's what she
Well,
wants.
You have to be a really confident woman to say that.
You know
on
what?
TV.
That is very true. I agree with you there. I agree with you.
And I don't. What we just said about Brittany, Molly would say that.
Mm-hmm. Even though Molly is fakely confident.
Even Molly is, she's kind of faking it to make it. But who do you think would say that? Because even Rebecca, who we see as Rebecca, wouldn't say that.
No.
Who from 90 Day would say he's coming over and we're gonna fuck a woman? Who do you think would say that? I can't think of a lot.
Not a lot. Not a lot of women.
I can't think of anybody in 90 Day that would say that.
Y'all, she's putting on makeup, and she does have a great quote. This is very Brittany. When you wear makeup and you don't add a lash, you're fooling yourself.
I'm going to say something I never thought I would say.
Okay.
I agree with Brittany.
Really?
Yes. Now, is it a fake lash? Does it always need to be a fake lash? No.
But
that's the thing with...
Does it need to be a spider eyelash like she's wearing?
No, that's what it does not. But I will say, and I've said this, if women do or men, if you want to do anything for makeup, if you just want to put the best thing you can do, if you're like, I don't have time to do makeup, then I say put on a tinted moisturizer
mascara
with SPF. Wear some even just a light mascara, and just put on a lip balm or a lip gloss, and you're fine.
I don't think that's what she's saying, though. She's actively saying glue on a lash.
Well, that's a thing now. People have more lashes. That's also a thing for Black women, that like you wear your lashes. That's a thing.
Yeah.
You're not finished if you're not wearing lashes. So that is something that... Do
you think that's a trend of the moment, or that's going to stay around?
I think it's going to be around for a lot of women wear lashes now. It's a Kardashian thing. It's like...
Yeah, I get you.
It's that type of makeup. It's always... I'm actually... If you can wear a fake
it's just
lash...
like another thing to give women to do. Jesus.
If you want to do it, it is a... But I'm not a big fan of the big, obvious fake lashes. I like, again, makeup to look like it just shows the beauty
India
of your
was
eye.
wearing some real lashes, her friend.
Yeah. I think their lashes are too much.
Yeah.
Because literally, like when Brittany's looking down at her phone, and you kind of see the top of her eyes. It literally looks like spiders moving around.
I was just like, someone help her! There's spiders on her face.
But if you are putting on makeup and you don't walk out of your house with mascara, at least you're fooling yourself. I agree.
I'm okay with that. I just don't like that generalization.
However,
you have to wear false eyelashes.
I agree with that. However, I will say, whenever I put false eyelashes on Poodle,
I love it.
He cannot staring at himself.
I don't like them though. They feel weird on me.
Also, I meant to tell you, this is totally not show appropriate, but I just thought of it. And I'm going to tell you.
Perfect.
I saw a commercial that Alcon is making over-the-counter eye drops you can put on your eye that helps with eye allergies. It used to be prescription, and now you can buy it. But I don't remember what it's called. But you have eye allergies all the time.
I do have eye allergies.
I'll look it up. Remind me.
What now? Anyway, my mother texted me with another thing. It says Linda Altman, like my aunt. I'll call her after. Jesus.
So Altman probably corrected to Australia.
It did. I don't know why she's texting me the name of my aunt.
Did she die?
I hope not.
Was your aunt older?
Yeah, but like...
Maybe respond and just say... I'm in a podcast. Is she okay? Because we're invested now. We want to know what's going on with Aunt Linda. Come at me if you're interested in Aunt Linda. Come at me. Let me know. I'm going to talk about how Justin is fine, y'all. He is fine. They're at dinner. They're having a date. He comes out and he's like, this is a deal. He walks out and he's like, oh, I see you all online and now we're finally here. So what's new? And the way they have the conversation and there's a lot of quiet
He's got
moments.
great teeth, by the way. Oh my
He does.
God.
Y'all, this is not a date. Your poodle's totally right. This is just people knew each other from like 8 years ago and they see each other now online and they're like, you're hot. Let's fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Let's bang.
Let's go bang. This is not like Terrence, who is like, we're setting up a relationship.
Yes.
This is let's go bang because we have a shared history. We know each other well enough. The pleasantries are gone. We know enough. Here we go. And they're trying to make it more of a bang, and I'm not here for it.
Don't be like Aunt Peggy. She went to her 40th high school reunion and met her high school sweetheart, Scott, and married him. And they got divorced 2 weeks later because she found out he was broke.
That's a deal breaker for Aunt Peggy.
He said he's not getting my money.
I wrote down this small talk is terrible.
It's terrible. It's terrible because not because it's a bad date. It's because they want to fuck.
That's all they want to do. Yeah.
If he wanted to be in a relationship with her, he would have told her in talking to her for 8 months that he has a child.
Now, here's the thing. You can tell she's all talk because she has absolutely no game. Even though in the confessionals, she's got tons of game. And he's like, I'm just like taking care of things. I stand my job, justice, my son. I was like, that's great. He stands up for justice. And like, oh wait, Justice is his son.
Yeah.
Who's 2, and she's like, you have a baby? She's like, I just thought that was your brother. And he's like, yeah, I'm 30 years old and I have a 2-year-old brother.
What the fuck?
Why didn't this come up? This is a bang trip. This is a bang trip.
just call it what it is.
This is a bang trip.
Oh no, Poodle's getting drunk from high noons.
You know what? The little bit of malt liquor just really, or the malt alcohol or whatever they call it, just really
is not malt liquor. It's vodka. It's just vodka and fruit juice.
Is it vodka in it? No wonder. Yes, I added vodka. That's why I'm slurring.
It's vodka. It's not malt liquor, so it doesn't give you a gross hangover. Y'all, they don't sponsor us, but they should. If you work at High Noon,
I enjoy a good High Noon.
White Clothes, Truly, whatever they're called. High Noon's the best. Although Sonic is coming out with one, and I don't know how I'm going to feel about that.
That's neither here nor there.
I'm going to have to try a cherry limeade mixer.
I must say, why the fact that he has a child, that's like a big part of his life. Either she is making up that he didn't talk about the child, or he is completely portraying himself as someone he's not.
Either one is not good for this to go well.
I agree.
But they're gonna bang, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. They're going to fuck for the week or the weekend, and then he's going to go home, and she's going to be more interested in Terrence.
No, it already says that. They're
really?
They're at her house. No, I'm saying they're at her house, and they're like kissing a little bit, and he's like, let's go to bed. They go in the bedroom, and they bang.
Okay, you're glossing over that. She fixes him a drink. She's in her pajamas.
She's in a robe, y'all.
A very sexy pajamas. He comes out wearing a tank top, and he's got tattoos.
He is hot. He's got tattoos, like they say on tattoos, like Chloe said on Too Hot to Handle. Tattoos.
Now, but when he walks out, or they're sitting on the couch. When he looked at her and just licked his lips and said, "Come here."
I know. I felt my dick move.
Oh my God, y'all! When a man says that to me,
I usually say that to them. That's how bad it is.
Do you say "come here" or you just say "enter"?
I'm like, let's go to the bedroom.
What's the magic password? And
Why aren't you
they
in
start
me?
to say something, and you're like, "There's not any password. Just fuck me."
Should we talk about Fernanda?
Oh, I forgot. We got to talk about somebody else.
Y'all, I must say, I have rarely rooted for someone like I'm rooting for Fernanda. There's something about her that I absolutely love. Maybe it's her background with Jonathan. I don't know. I love her.
You are rooting for her because you are Fernanda. That is why I related to Danielle Poodle.
I'm relating to Fernanda and so hard, y'all.
I'm going to say this now. Robbie is bad for Fernanda.
And
Jake,
he totally is, and I'm so fucking into him. I'm so into him.
He spent 15 years dating assholes like this.
Y'all, I called it. Robbie is oily and he is gross. But I swear to God, if you look at my notes, it's like, oh my God, Robbie, I'm so into him. Oh my God, I love this.
Type. He is such your like. I just was anyway. We're gonna get to that.
I am Fernanda. Oh,
I'm
fuck.
telling you. Yeah, this is.
Oh no, I'm Fernanda. I'm Fernanda.
This is how you dated. Because it's weird.
This is every Armenian guy I've dated in LA.
Because because Jake, oddly enough, is likes to control things, likes to be in control. However, if you're dating someone and someone matches you and they're an in control person, he will totally roll over like a dog with his legs in the air and it used to, not anymore.
I like to have a little fight for control. And I don't like it if I don't have it all the time.
But you do like to be dominated.
No, I don't, actually. No.
You've told me you wanted somebody to choke you before.
That's in bed, though. It's a whole different thing.
What happens in the bedroom signifies what happens in a relationship.
That is not true. That is not true. No.
That is totally true. That is not from me. That's from a guy named Schnarch, who's a very well-respected couples therapist.
That's not true. Because you need different dynamics, all kinds of dynamics in the bedroom.
You do, but I think the way
oftentimes, though, people who are dominant in relationships outside of the bedroom need to be submissive in the bedroom. I disagree with that.
But I think you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I think it is somewhat of a metaphor for what's happening in your relationship, whether it's communication that's not being effectively given, or the balance of you want to be choked in the bedroom, but outside the relationship, it's hard for you to give up control because that's the one place where you feel like
that's what I just said. It's not analogous completely. It affects it, but it's not completely the same. It's the power dynamics are different.
I misspoke when I said it's not that it's I before I didn't say the word metaphor. Before I said it's the same thing. Metaphor is a better word for it.
Then I will agree with you.
Yes,
because it's a metaphor to the power dynamic of the relationship.
That's what I meant when I said that.
Then I agree with you.
But I still say, as someone who knows you, yes, you do fight for control. But now, granted, Poodle's a different. I'm talking about Poodle in his 20s. I would be surprised how you would get so digmatized and Twitter-pated by people. You would get yourself in situations that you shouldn't get into.
No, that's true in my 20s. Yeah.
And I mean that's I'm saying like
in my 30s it's a different thing.
Yeah. I'm talking about again, for both of us, we related to these people long ago and we've learned but you're so right. It's like but we have to remember Fernanda is 22 years old.
Yeah, she's 22.
So that's what I meant is that like I worry for her because I'm like, oh man, I hope she doesn't make the mistakes I've seen friends make on this. Did Mother Poodle text you back?
No, I'm just
good.
Tons of weird texts are coming in on Friday night. Y'all, there's something going on in the air.
Have people gotten vaccinated and now they want to fuck?
Yes, that's the problem. You're seeing on Grindr. I love seeing vaccinated top. This is the thing, y'all. This is the way we live now. I want to just talk about, for Fernanda, she's visiting her grandparents, and we see her grandmother who has cancer, and hopefully this wasn't triggering for you. Her grandfather is like taking care of the grandma, and she's telling the grandfather about her date with the lawyer, and she's like, Robbie sounds like he's gonna rob you.
Lawyers are thieves.
And I must say, the grandfather's got a lot of things. So remember, darling, you need to ask these questions on a date. Do you smoke? Do you drink? What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Not bad questions.
But what's the worst thing you've ever done? Did I kill a man in Reno just to watch him die? I mean, what do you say? Yeah, I don't think I would know how to respond to that.
I think Grandpa's been out of the dating game for about 50 years.
And he's basically like, lawyers are tricky, and hopefully she can see through that if he's a bad guy. Said,
I have a son in Mexico, and he's a lawyer, and I don't trust him.
So I get him. Anyway,
Grandpa, tell me about the shitty lawyers.
Grandpa, tell me the shitty men.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo.
Who sang Grandpa, tell me about the good old days?
The Judds. It's on Maddie Tonkin Talking Mix.
What ridiculous song isn't?
I've been thinking I'm going to make another one. It's so popular.
You know what?
What? You made a second Poodles Gay Glitter Club mix.
I'm saying you can go ahead and do that. I'm saying a lot of times you're all talk.
Sometimes I want to do things and I have to wipe my father's ass.
So anyway, boy, what a great convenient excuse for you. Yeah, I can't really do that right now. I'm taking care of my sick father. Boy. I was talking to a client today how she this is probably going to get me in trouble, but I'm just going to say it anyway. And she's like, people were like late to the Zoom meeting. And I'm like, I've thought about like just inventing a child so I could say, oh, my child had a meltdown today. I'm so sorry. Because you know what? No one questions it. Everyone
people
had a child
trying their best.
They
didn't know that your child was a big poop you took that took a long time. Since you're eating fiber, you put in.
I'm like, it took me at least 3 hours to birth that child.
You put in
birth that toilet baby.
And psyllium in your diet, and now you're fucked.
Because y'all, if you have a fake child, you can make excuses for your work for anything, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, get it. Kids have meltdowns. Kids have tantrums."
Oh, if you have opinions about that, tweet Jake it or fake it. Not at Reality Gaze.
But I completely understand it. But that's why I'm saying I could just create a fake child, and no one. I could maybe just take a lot of pictures with my youngest nephew, and no one would be wiser.
Can we talk about this date?
Yes. But I just want to say one thing about that her grandfather says. And Fernanda asks him, why did you fall in love with grandma? And she's like, well, she worked in the office and I was one of the sweepers, one of the cleaning crew. And she didn't criticize anyone. She didn't try to hurt anyone. And I love that about her. Mm. And he said, now you have experience. You were very naive when you met your ex, but now you know. And I wrote down, God, I'm rooting for her.
She is beautiful.
So it's date night, y'all. He pulls up in his fucking white Maserati. He is still oily. Y'all, this motherfucker is oily. Also, he's hot. He's hot, and I would go home with him. I would fuck him on the first date. Totally. I'm totally into him.
I kind of feel like he just wants to be on TV and just wants to have sex with Fernanda. He reminds me like he weirdly looks like if Jeremy Piven and Alan Cumming had a baby.
Did you just say Jeremy Piven?
Yeah. What bug?
I think he's really fucking hot. Even though I know he's oily, every instinct in me both tells me, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. And also tells me, no, don't date him. No, don't date him. He's that guy for me. And you know who wins?
That guy.
The devil on my shoulder.
Yeah. When the demons got her.
When the demons got
her.
The demons got me.
Boy, that's the truth. And that demon, it's like Michael. It's that devil dick.
Mm-hmm.
And his dick isn't even that great. But it's just...
It's substantial. It's not great, though.
But
you know what? I gotta say, he knows what to do with it. He knows how to kiss.
Oh,
he knows, y'all, this is the thing. This guy knows just how far to get close to the dick line. And I mean, like, a guy being a dick. He knows just to get up to the dick line, and he pulls back.
Bad, 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 bad boys. That's what it is. And they make Poodle feel so good.
Oh my God. He like touches the dick line and he steps back. And y'all, that's my fucking weakness. Oh.
That's the line.
I'm not alone.
Poodle.
All y'all out there are like, yeah, I want to fuck this guy. You're all like me. Don't you even say, he's not good for me. I'm not. Yeah. You would all bang him.
Fernanda's already like, he smells good. He looks good. He's hairy. I'm into him. Oh, man.
Unfortunately, the date goes with her doing her famous question, or the famous question of the series. So, why are you single?
Why are you single?
And he's like, I've been in a 6-year relationship. And he says, I've been in that's basically say I have cachet. Someone has put up with me for 6 years.
Yeah.
And he does say, my business will always demand my attention 24/7, because that's what she's worried, because Jonathan, that was what it was. And in a way, I know she's upset with this. And she's like, I want a guy to do me. But there's another part of her that says, oop, this guy's driven. And I kind of love that.
Because she's driven.
I know. And so, and I understand Fernanda, and I'm glad you said that, because I am Fernanda.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can have impartial opinions about
No, you can't.
The rest of the season, because I am Fernanda.
Yeah, you are. Now, she asks him a question. She says, again, these are not first date questions. She's like, what's the definition of love?
Terrible dater. I would never ask that.
And Robbie's like, love is what you want it to be for you.
Good non-answer.
And he's like, I just do everything with purpose. If it's not, and at this time they're talking, and I know it's already bad. I've seen it with Poodle in a bar. He's leaning in, she's leaning in, and I went, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, there's going to be some like over the sweater action, at least.
And then he does again what drives Poodle crazy is he says, so I hear you're a good cook. And she says, yeah. He said, I'd love for you to cook for me. And Poodle will be like, yeah, I'm a pretty good cook. And then if someone on a date told Poodle, well, I'm pretty good in the kitchen too, so we'll have to see who's
No, you're not. I'm better.
And so then now Poodle's imagining cooking dinner and you fucking him up the ass while he's making a flambe. I'm telling you, this is textbook.
I'm trying to make cream puffs now. Don't make me ruin my shoe pastry.
This is total Poodle circa 28 years old.
Oh, totally. Maybe like even 30, 31.
I wasn't going to say it, but I said it in my head. Yeah.
Y'all. And then
I bring this up not to make fun of you. I'm bringing this up because that's what I like about the show. All of these people we've all been them in the way we date in some way.
And I will say, y'all, he opens the door for her. He's got all the moves. He's like, wait, before you get in, let me kiss you.
And it's not a soft on the peck. It's not a soft peck.
He takes her head and he plants one on her, and my dick moved. It was something. And I wrote down, this bitch has ideas and she is oily, and I would totally fall for it. And I'm not happy about saying that. Oh, dis-moi.
Y'all, that is the show. Sorry this is a long show, but Poodle and I said this to Poodle on the break. It's just so good.
This is so much better than this current 90 Day season.
And there's other things that happen on 90 Day Fiancé. Some of you have mentioned this. It's old news to us, or old news to some of you. We are going to watch the Courtney interview and talk about that. We've got to recap it. And so that's going to be happening. It's going to be a lot of the single life right now, but we just want you to know that when things that really happen on Discovery Plus that in the 90 Day world that you feel like need to be talked about, come at us and let us know. And we'll do our best to try to, we're not in news. We're not the melanated way. So we're not giving you the news, but it's something you feel like that we could do or talk about or have a good opinion about. Let us know. You can do that on our Instagram at Reality Gaze Podcast, or you can do it on our Twitter at Reality Gaze Pod, or you can find us on Facebook at Reality Gaze Podcast, or you can find us on our private Facebook group, the Sissy Squad.
Or you can send us a carrier pigeon.
You can send us a message at realitygazepodcast.com. Don't go to Reality Gaze Podcast or realitygaze.com.
It's porn. We're still trying to buy that site. Bad porn. Make me feel so bad.
It still makes you feel good. So, anyway, we got to call GoDaddy. They have dropped the ball on that.
Agree.
Anyway, y'all. So just let everybody know, I will, not right now, but I will this weekend. I will open up my Cameo back again. So, sorry, I just was on pause for a week. So that'll be happening. Y'all, you can, don't forget the vday.org donation. And lastly, we call these people lonely hearts. Because, Poodle, aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
What? Oh.
Oh,
y'all,
my God.
Yes. And who's Tracy? Who's Tracy? If you ask, who's Tracy?
That has nothing to do with this show.
But I wanted to say
Summer House show. So let's just leave. Bye, y'all.
Bye.